stunning reversal is unfolding. After months of anxiety and paralyzed lab work, Harvard researchers are finally hearing from federal agencies that their frozen research funding is coming back. This change comes in the wake of $2.7 billion in federal grants and contracts being abruptly put on hold last spring during the Trump administration, causing deep uncertainty and disruption at one of the world's top universities. But here's where it gets controversial. A federal judge has now declared that the freeze was not only unlawful, but was also a thinly veiled attempt to punish Harvard and similar institutions, dismissing the official justification suppressing campus antisemitism as mere pretense. Harvard's spokesperson shared Wednesday evening that notifications regarding the reinstatement of many previously canceled federal grants have started to arrive from various government offices. However, there's a catch. Although researchers have received these approvals, the actual funds have yet to reach their accounts. No money has been dispersed so far, leaving labs and departments in a financial limbo. The university has chosen not to publicly disclose specific numbers or dollar amounts at stake, an omission that may raise eyebrows among critics calling for transparency. Take, for example, the Harvard School of Public Health. This school, more reliant on federal funding than any other at Harvard, sent an internal email Wednesday night, reminding faculty and researchers that despite the positive news, money still hasn't started to flow. Kate Calvin, the executive dean of administration, urged employees to stick to the interim budget plans previously developed to deal with the funding crisis. Notably, the National Institutes of Health, NIH, which alone provides a staggering 70% of Harvard's federal research dollars, confirmed through sources that none of their withheld payments have been released since Judge Allison D. Burroughs' landmark ruling last week. Burroughs determined that the Trump administration acted illegally and retaliated against Harvard after it defied federal demands, barring the government from enforcing its punitive funding freeze or imposing any similar retributions in the future. While this ruling has injected fresh optimism among faculty, hoping to revive shuttered research programs, the timeline for the actual return of funds remains vague. But wait, this is the part most people miss. Even as news broke of funding being reinstated, the Trump administration wasted no time in announcing its intention to appeal the decision, leaving open the possibility of renewed legal battles. So far, no formal appeal has been filed, and unless a higher court intervenes, agencies are obligated to resume usual funding processes immediately. Interestingly, this isn't the first time federal agencies have signaled they would return money to Harvard. Over the summer, the NIH briefly began distributing some grants to the university, in line with earlier federal court orders. However, the Department of Government Efficiency, a group created to tighten government spending, leveraged its authority over the NIH's grant release system to quietly block these funds until Harvard and the federal government reached a settlement. The push and pull over grant money illustrates a broader battle over academic independence, political influence, and government oversight. Here's where opinions are bound to clash. Was the original funding freeze a reasonable effort to address real concerns about campus behavior, or a politically motivated overreach targeting academic freedom? Is it appropriate for government agencies to use funding as leverage, or does this set a worrying precedent for scientific research? Does restoring the money solve the core issues, or does it merely postpone a much-needed debate? What do you think? Do you agree that the court was right to strike down the freeze? Or should the government have more say in how tax dollars support universities? Share your thoughts, and let's open up the conversation in the comments below.